Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Manarmi or Mimi here, and in today's video I will be telling you how I learned 4 languages, actually 3, at home. So keep on watching. Before we start today's video, I just want to say, yeah, I've been gone for so long, and the main reason was because I was waiting for my new background. Are we gonna talk about it? Are we not? Girl, like, look at it. Look. Anyways, I'm going to tell you now how I learned 3 languages. My mother language is not technically one of them, but I enhanced it a lot by using the same methods that I use to learn these languages. So I'm just going to talk about that in a minute. In case you don't know or haven't watched my first video, which I will leave somewhere here, I think, in the cards, I did mention that I do speak Japanese, Korean, and English. Obviously, I'm speaking it right now. And a lot of you guys asked me, how can you speak English fluently, or how did you learn to speak Japanese? No one really asked about Korean because I guess I didn't speak it much, but 네, 한국말 할 수 있습니다. Let's start with English. When it comes to English, I think the main reason why I can speak English very well and why I know a lot of words very well is very apparent in my background. Reading. Reading is very important for you to learn any other language, because through their words and through their grammar you will be able to know how they phrase sentences and stuff like that. But I wouldn't recommend starting with reading right away, because I mean, it's a foreign language, you have no idea about it, you're not even interested in it yet. So the first thing that you have to do, whether it's English or Japanese or Korean, whatever, is to listen to the language a lot, love the language a lot, because otherwise you will not be able to continue learning the language efficiently. Because I am currently learning Spanish, and because I'm not really attached to the language that much, it's making it harder for me to listen to things in Spanish. I just try to find YouTubers like who speak Spanish, whether it's like Mexican or any other accent, I don't care. I just wanna listen to it more, but other than that, I'm not interested. I think it's a very beautiful language. That's why I started learning it, but it's not the same as Japanese. When I started learning Japanese for the first time, I watched Naruto subbed in English, and of course I did not understand English or Japanese. So I had to deal with 2 languages at the same time that I didn't understand, and that is stressful. You end up not understanding much, and that takes a lot of will for you to not stop watching, because simply you don't understand what's going on, and your mind usually tells you to simply stop what you're doing and just choose something that you can understand. But that's not the case for me. Even like when it comes to songs, I can listen to songs in languages that I have no idea about, as long as they're not as long as they're not trashy, you know. Most of the time I'm disappointed with the lyrics. I vibe with the song and then check the lyrics and then go like, that is not really something I want to listen to. But songs help a lot when it comes to languages, because for people who love to sing and people who don't, sometimes or most of the time songs get stuck in your head, and you need something to stick in your head when it comes to languages. You keep repeating the same things, and when you try to learn how to sing a song, don't just depend on your ears, because that's what I used to do. And believe me, when I hear those covers of K-pop songs that I used to sing, I'm like, this is literal nonsense. I don't understand anything I'm saying, because now I understand Korean, but I don't understand my old self. I can pick up some words here and there, but that's it. Like, don't just depend on your ears, Hans. Just try to check lyrics. Nowadays, when I read songs or try to read lyrics of Korean songs, I try to read it in Hangul only. I only read it in Hangul, which is like the Korean writing. I cannot read it in Romaji, no way. But I'm not that good at reading in Japanese. Like, I'm not swift in quick, so it will take time like it took me to learn Korean, but it's fine. I'm used to it. I'm fine with that. I'm not gonna stress myself about it. One of the things that you want to know when you're learning a language online by yourself, and that's another point, I am self-taught. I did not go to anywhere to learn any of these languages. For English, I just went to school. That's it. I was a student with everyone else. My English comes from YouTube and from the books that I read, which I read a lot. I am writing my own as well, so I know a thing or two about English, and the thing that I can say that helped me a lot with English is my major in university, because I majored in English language translation and a minor in literature, so that was very helpful. I was not one of those students that would just sit there and not learn anything from the lecturer. I was the person who would literally be like, give me more, and I guess they did. I learned a lot of things about the basics of English, how it came to be, the languages that it was influenced by, and that's when I was first interested in Spanish and French and stuff like that. French, Spanish, and Italian have a Latin base, so they have similarities, and it's very fun for me to point out, oh yeah, this is in Spanish as well, oh yeah, this is very similar to this. With this Latin link that they have, I can pretty much find myself intrigued and interested in learning the languages. So for example, French numbers and Spanish numbers might not sound so alike, but when written you can see the similarities, and I just love the connection between the languages. And I'm basically a language maniac, and not everyone is a language maniac. So if you're a normal person going to school who wants to speak, and you want to speak like I am speaking right now, listen to a lot of YouTube. Try to find an accent that you're comfortable with. Like the accent I'm using right now is the accent I'm comfortable with, even though I get tongue-tied a lot, but that's fine, that's fine. We're cool. But don't pretend or like try to don on an accent that you are not professional at, because some people might get offended and you might be making a fool of yourself. So just speak naturally. Don't pretend. Don't just take on an accent that you don't know whether you can get right or not, and just be comfortable with the language you're speaking. 日本語の場合はなんか難しいではなく楽しいだと思うんです。だってアニメを見てるときなんかいつもかっこいいだと思ってます。私はアラビア人だから、なんか日本語のことをいっぱい知りたいっていうか、アニメのおかげで私は日本に好きになりました。惚れてる。私は漫画いっぱいあります。だって日本がとても好きで、だから漫画をここいっぱいあります。한국말은 힘들지 않지만 제가 드라마를 잘 보기 않았어요. 요즘은 드라마를 잘 보고 있어요. 아, 죄송해요. 제가 연습을 필요하겠다. 그쵸? And when it comes to Arabic, now let me tell you something. I started reading in Arabic when I was 2 years old. Yeah, I started reading when I was 2. I started reading before I could walk. And I don't know what it was, maybe because mom was like an Arabic teacher. I don't recall how I came to just read, but I do remember that in kindergarten, which I started at 2 as well. Can you imagine a baby being carried like that going to kindergarten? But yeah, that's what happened. I used to read, like it was the easiest thing for me. من يومي أقرأ بالتشكيل، أقرأ من دون أخطاء، ما أغلط في الإملاء لأني أقرأ واجد، فأشوف واجد الكلمات يعني قدامي. سهل علي إني أتبع القواعد العربية. هذا كان في المدرسة. يوم تعمقنا شوي، يعني يوم رحنا الجامعة وتعمقنا في النحو وما إلى ذلك، حسيت الموضوع ممل فما كنت مهتمة واجد. بس من ناحية اللغة العربية عشان تحسنوا، أنا كنت واجد أشوف سبيس تون، وما أشوفها بس عشان الرسوم، كنت أشوفها عشان أسمع كيف يتكلموا. كل المجلات اللي كانوا يجيبوا لي اياها وانا صغيرة، كانت بالفصحى وكنت واقراها بصوت. حتى كنت اسوي مثل المسرح اوقاف واقرا المجلة اللي معي او الكتاب اللي معي، وكان دائما يعني احاول اسمع ناس يقرأوا قصص وما الى ذلك. فهذا الشيء اذا تريدوا تطوروا اللغة العربية عند اولادكم، ما بس يعني هذا الفيديو ما بس عن اللغات الاجنبية وانما حتى عن اللغة العربية. فاذا تريدوا تتعلموا لغة عربية نفس الشيء لازم تسمعوها واجد مرارا وتكرارا، لان حتى لو نحن عرب او حتى لو انتوا اللي تشوفوا عرب، ما معناته انكم عرب انكم شاطرين في لغتكم. على فكرة it doesn't mean like if you're born in the UK for example or the US that you're very good at English, because some people can speak it, but when it comes to writing and using the language efficiently they just get confused. And that's the same case with every language. You are born in an environment that speaks the language, so you're bound to understand and speak the language, but when it comes to being good at the language you have to make some effort. ف انصحكم انكم تسمعوا واجد لغة عربية، انكم تشوفوا الاخطاء اللي دائما تتكرر، مثل التاء المربوطة والهاء الهمزة وما الى ذلك. يعني في اشياء تغلطوا فيهن المفترض ما حد يغلط فيهن. بالنسبة حال اي لغة لازم نقرأ واجد، لازم نسمع اللغة واجد، وما نسمعها بس بالطريقة العامية، نحاول نسمع ستاندرد او الفصحى، اللغة الفصحى من اي لغة. And that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you learned something new, and I hope this video motivated you to go ahead and start learning a new language. I will see you next time. Please stay safe and healthy. Bye. I hope you